labels to the Project Dresser Girl dresses. I'm using my phone, probably not going to stay on too long, but I'm just going to stitch on these. I've loaded pink thread into my sewing machine, and I kind of just eyeball where I want these, and then I just stitch around. Now, if the machine's loud, I'm sorry, and I can't really see chat, so periodically I'll check the chat. Uh-oh. Gotta go one more. I went off my label a little bit. I think it's going to have enough stitches in it to hold it on. And then I do just pull it out of the way because I'm not going straight from the end of a seam. So I'm just going to move it a little bit and then do the next label. And live chat. And nobody's here, so that's fine. But a label has to be put on to each one. So this is how I do this. And I do leave them all hooked together. Oh. I wish this would stop needle down always, but this machine doesn't have that option. Some people always want it to be needle up, but I'd prefer it to stay down for when I'm doing something like this. And basically you just want these about in the same place. And I could probably just tack it on two sides, but I don't want the label to come off. And because you guys are watching, I'm not doing a tremendously great job. And it appears I have a really long stitch length. So I'm not going to redo these other ones, because it's on there. It'll hold the label. And I'll go through and I'll snip all the threads more neatly. And I might just cut these free as I go. Once I start the next one, I'll just cut this free. But I am going to shorten my stitch length. I think, whoa, honestly, I hit the foot pedal before I needed to. I think that's where I was having a problem, is my stitch length was too long. That looks much better. So let me peek and see if anybody's here. Hi, Janice. You're my lone cheerleader. I'm just going to do some impromptus every now and then. I may not go live later because I'm in the middle of dress sewing. And that is that. So I can, I'll snip all these shorter later. I should have checked my length, because this is working so much better now that I got a shorter length. What I mean by length, it's how long the stitch is. But this is the pockets for the Project Dress-A-Girl dresses. And I'm just trying to get my labels on. And I do now have 22 dresses cut out to sew up. I really need my little snips, not these honking scissors. Hang on just a sec. I have some snips here. Oh, let's see. Hi, Irene. How are you? I guess I should finish this one first. I find that if I put the labels on as my first thing, then I don't have to worry about them later because they're a mandatory thing for the dresses. You got to have the labels on. And I'll take these over and watch something on YouTube and snip all these threads shorter. And I've been working on my video for Project Dress-A-Girl because it has to be done for the 15th. But I thought I could do some short little videos to share some of my process. And I'm not worried that the stitching is not perfect. To me, it's more important that the label is there than whether I'm dead on even. I don't get hung up on that. So if it bothers somebody that it's bothering, I'm sorry. I have a brother and a sister that would drive them nuts. And it would probably drive Scott nuts, but he's not doing it. Neither are they, so there you go. The one thing I don't want to do is pull off a big long length of thread. I'm trying to save on thread since getting thread and stuff is becoming a little bit trickier than it used to be for me because Joann's is gone. And you know, most of the stuff comes out of you know where, so it's not a lot. We're going to have to become very creative here in the States. And those that aren't creative, I feel bad for because they're not going to know what to do. But you're getting to see all the different little pockets that'll be visible. Once I trim all the threads, I'll have to go back through and match these up with the lining pieces that are waiting for them with the dresses that I have cut out. Now, when I'm doing quilting, I'm a little bit better about, you know, making sure things are even, because it matters on those. I am doing okay. You are doing well with. Yes, yes. I am kind of thinking this might be, although I have 4 labels left, but I'm just going to focus on finishing up what I have cut out for this year, and that'll bring my total. If I get these all finished, my total will be 40 dresses for this year. 40. 40. And again, it's just me on my own sitting here at this sewing machine making dresses for little girls. Some little kitty cats wearing hats. Cats with hats. There we go. Oh, you demon. Whoop, that needle wasn't down in there. If you guys can hear some chewing, it's Bernadette. She's getting her lunch. She's getting her lunch on. Right next to you. But I figured I'd drag you guys along to sew labels on real quick. And get me another video up. Been watching the Sewing Bee on Roku, and it's been interesting. Which has been nice because for the longest time we weren't allowed to watch it in the States. So it is nice to get to watch it. I think BBC had it on lockdown. But it's fun to watch. I like Project Runway too, but Bernie, did you just dump food all over the floor? That's the bad part about a blind dog. She can't tell when she's making a mess. Love this fabric, the tigers. Certainly there'll be a little girl that's not afraid of tigers too much. They're just big kitties, right? I'll snip this free. And yes, I did use a bunch of my collection of cat fabrics. I figured they might as well go to a little girl, and then instead of just sitting in a box here with me, because all I do is pull them out and look at them periodically, and I figured it was time for them to leave me and go and bless a little girl with a dress. And I think as someone that sews, collecting fabric is just another hobby. And I need to stop doing that and actually make some stuff with these fabrics that I have. I'll be sitting in front of the computer clipping threads off. Depending on how I feel after I finish this pile of dresses, I might try to do some quirky dresses for the last 4 dresses using whatever I have in scraps left from making the dresses that I've already made. Because I do have a bunch of pieces that are like maybe a half a yard here, a half yard there. I could do pieced skirts and things like that to use even the smaller pieces. We'll see. I guess we'll see. I might be tired of doing dresses by the time I finish these. But it is kind of fun to sew them up and fill my little drying rack up that I have. The little 18 dresses that are hanging up there right now are so cute. We'll see how I do. Oh, Bernadette's. She doesn't have but like 2 or 3 teeth either, so if you hear her choke, she's okay. She's just tried to swallow a piece of dog food whole. Let's cut this one free now. All right, we're almost to the end of our pile, and I'll let you guys go. Oh, we got 2 more. This one's sticking together. And I will check the chat and tell you how much I appreciate you sitting here watching me put on Dress-A-Girl labels. Oh, I'm being meowed at. Yes, Cole. Do you want to come in? He's like, duh. I'm sitting here at the bonus room door looking at you. When you see me go backwards, that locks the stitches in place, is why I'm doing that. Last one. You're going to have to wait a minute, Cole. Now, he says. Are your animals as bossy as mine? All right, that's the last one. I can use my leader ender piece. And that way I haven't pulled off a bunch of thread. And there's the labels, all done. Ta-da! All right, let's look at chat real quick. And I will say goodbye. Oh, thanks, Janet. Hi, So Terry, you're new to me. Welcome. Well, I think, hi there. Are those for, yes, they are. You've mailed yours out already. I have 18 done, and then I've got another 22. So I'll have a total of 40 done before the end of the month. But I have to get a video done up for Madi for the 15th, because I'll be the 15th day video. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. And for those participating, thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing yours get open, Terry, because I'm sure that Madi will open yours and share them. You know, she does an opening, okay? Yeah, she does an opening and shares the dresses as they come in. And I think she said something about she's going to do them over 2 days this week. 2 days per week, like Wednesday and Sunday. If I have that wrong, what you have to do is go watch Madi's at Mighty Sew's original video. And I'll put a link to that in this video as well. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Oh, and I can't get to it. Oh, this thing is so hard to do. Sorry, guys.